What's up, everybody? This is Buck Grant, and I have something to say. We are living in the era of what I call the man boy. And the man boy is a grown man who has not fully integrated their adult self. And because they have not, they constantly seek out father figures. Father figures come in a lot of different forms. Teachers, for example, often portray the father figure in a lot of adult men. And there's an entire industry out there that plays towards this lacking in our community. And where does it come from? Where is it that a grown adult man has not integrated into an adult? Where are we lacking? Where are we missing? And I find that it's missing in our upbringing. Adult men do not have rites of passage anymore. Some who play sports have it in them, and some cultures still have this in their lexicon, so to speak, but most of us do not. Most of us grow up either without fathers. Either they have left or they're abusive, or they are present physically and financially, but emotionally aren't there. So many men are either raised by women or raising themselves by themselves. And because there aren't grown men that have their best interests in mind, teaching them how to transition from a man or transition from a boy to a man, most boys are trying to figure out how to grow up on their own. And what ends up happening is that by age they go into manhood, but they don't actually transition. There's a huge difference between physically aging into an adult and becoming a man. There's a process that is missing in our modern society. And so in the age of the boy man, there is an entire community of men who see this and start taking on these pseudo-alpha roles, becoming teachers, becoming leaders of movement. And what they generally do is they play to your fears. They will advertise that you are not enough, that you don't know what you're doing, that you have no idea what it is like to be a man, but somehow they do, and they're going to lead you to the promised land. Many of you might be listening to this podcast because you feel that way. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with knowing that you need guidance and you need to seek it. And there's certain people, certain men out there who are willing to help you. There's nothing wrong with that. But I would caution you, be careful of false gods appearing real. Know if someone has your best interest in mind or if they have their own interest in mind when they are helping you. I have found in many situations in the martial arts community and the movement community, probably in the movement community, unfortunately, it's where it's bastardized the most, is that there are these men who are going to lead you first by continuously reminding you how weak and pathetic you are. And in some cases, they might even be true. But where you need to be careful, and we talked about this in the last podcast, if you don't have a clear-cut vision of where you want to be and who you are, then you are going to follow someone else's vision. You are going to become the man that they are. Even worse, you're going to become the man that follows that man. You're going to become a puppet to that person's vision, whatever that might be. And we all go down this path of following someone in order to become somebody. Even if there is a father present, you follow that, you emulate that person to a certain point, and then you get to a certain age where your own individuality wants to come in and it's time for you to leave your house and become a man. That is a natural progression. But many of the people out there would tell you that you are constantly going to have to stay under them in order to become the man that you need to be. And you need to be careful about that. There are many types of addictions in this world, and often the addiction of wanting to be liked and wanting to be loved or wanting to be accepted is the greatest addiction of all. I say it as an addiction. Reality is we need this. We are primarily driven to need other people's support. We're the only creatures as babies, or one of the few creatures as babies that will not survive without the support, love, and care of other people. So we have it biologically dug into us that we need other people. We need that. We feel that if people don't support us, that we are actually going to die. There's a part of us that thinks that we will not make it if other people don't love and support us. But we know logically in the modern world that is not true. And yet, we're not talking about logic. We're talking about something that is driving you from within to feel safe and secure, to feel accepted. No matter who you seek as a teacher, it is still your responsibility to develop your own vision, to know where you are going, or to at least have an idea where you would like to be. And on the path of becoming who you'd like to be and become, you will seek out teachers. You will find mentors. You will find people to even emulate or copy in order to get where you need to. That is a part of the learning process. We are driven in the beginning of our learning stages to emulate in order to learn. The motor neurons within us dictate that one of the first things that we do when we want to pick up something is we look at someone else doing it and then we do it exactly the way they do it. But you are not a carbon copy of anyone. You are a unique individual who was put here on this earth to thrive. You were put here to elevate and grow beyond your boy man self and become an actual man. And all that you need is a rite of passage and some direction in order to do that. Be aware of false gods becoming real. Know where you would like to go. Know who is actually in your corner. And always know that no man is above you as far as knowing where you need to go and what is good for you. This is Buck Grant signing off. Always remember, be bold, be brave, and always choose courage.